G'day guys. So you would have noticed in my last edit, I raced at Dunkeld Enduro, and the last stage really didn't go that well. I snapped the chain. During that ride, I noticed that there was a little bit of a knock coming from my bike. So I since discovered that unfortunately the rear shock, the rock shock debonair, had to be sent away for a warranty claim. Now it's been 2 weeks that it's been sent away, so what that means is unfortunately I haven't been able to do any riding or bring any new edits to you. So I thought what I'd do is just give you a rundown over my bike, so you can see what the bike is behind the camera. So here we are. Here's my Evil Following. It's a 29er. It's a new bike for me. I've never ridden a 29er before. I had the 650B before. It was a cube stereo that I had. The change over to the 29er, I didn't really notice that much of a difference. Turns in a little bit wider. So in the really steep stuff, there is a little bit of a difference. But in all honesty, I haven't really noticed too much of a difference. I'd probably say the hardest thing that I notice is that it's a little bit harder to get up to speed. But once you're up, she absolutely rolls like a demon. So she's a great bike, and I'm really loving it. The suspension on it is it's a lot smaller than what I'm used to. My previous bike had 160mm front and rear. This one's got it's got the RockShox pike, which is 130mm, and what you will notice is, yeah, there's no shock, but the shock has got 120mm to travel. Now the genius behind the bike is this linkage system here. Now in all honesty, I have not really noticed that much of a suspension difference from riding a 160 to a 130 and a 120. I still can't get my head around how it works, but it works, so I'm super happy. Now the bike itself, I'll give you a rundown through from front to back. So I run the Hope Tech Enduro rims. You can see there I've got a Mavic Shorty on the front. Tyre pressure I'm still actually playing around with. I run about 25 in the front tyre pressure. So we've got the Hope Pro 4 hub on it with the E4 calipers. I do run a larger front disc on it. I think it's 203, and that is matched up with the Tech 3 levers. Now previous to that I had the Guide R's, and I found the guides they did pump up a little bit on long rides, where these I've had absolutely no problem at all. Modulation's great, and there's also great adjustment there as well. So that's the brakes. The RockShox pike, I've got 2 tokens running in the front of it. I've bottomed it out once or twice, but it was on some fairly large hits, so I think anything would have bottomed out on that. So the levers, running through the SRAM X1. I've got the RockShox reverb dropper. That's the only thing that I want to change. I want to change that to the underneath. I might actually even buy the new lever when it comes out. Handlebars, race face with the race face stem. I think it's a 50mm stem, I'm not quite sure on that. So we run down to the Shimano pedals, race face cranks. I've also just put a chain guide on it, and again that's a Hope chain guide. Bottom bracket is a Hope bottom bracket again. Kind of like the Hope product, easy to get parts for, especially here in the UK. Going back to the rear, we've got again the SRAM X1 rear derailleur, the E4 caliper, and again the Hope Pro 4 hub, and the rear tyre is a Maxxis High Roller, again laced up on the Tech Enduro 29er Hope rim. The rear tyre pressure I'm still playing around with. I'm kind of running about 30 psi in it at the moment. Looking for feedback, guys. If you run a similar kind of combination, let me know what you're running. Be interesting to find out. So yeah, so that's the bike there. listen, I'm loving it. She's sitting a little bit low like that, but it does normally sit up like that. Oh, one thing that I will mention is that I have recently changed over to the low setting on this. So what it does is it does drop the bottom bracket a little bit more. Previously, sitting on the high, I found that I was sitting on top of the bike, just didn't feel very comfortable. Dropped it down to the low and I'm feeling a little bit more at ease on it. So yeah, so all things going really well. The guys, when am I going to get my shock back? It's been away for 2 weeks now. Hopefully I'll get it back in the next week or so. Next race is Tweed Love International, which is a great race, nice and popular. So definitely hope it'll be back before that. In between times, I'm sorry, I'm having to ride this, but I'm riding it to work, so at least I'm getting to keep my fitness up. So that's my bike, and I do apologise about not doing any recent edits in regards to new trails or anything like that. If it doesn't come next week, then I might show an edit on. I might do a vlog on my van or something like that I converted over into a bit of a race van. But thanks for watching, guys. If you like it, please subscribe, and I'd like to thank all of the new subscribers that have subscribed over the last couple of weeks. Thanks again, guys.